Maureen is the person of the moment.
I'm from all these different communities, the Black, the Indigenous, and the Two-Spirit. And a message is getting out in one person.
Now that's from the trailer for The O Show, and the full documentary is screening at the 12th Annual Indian Summer Festival. Well, Sirish Rao is co-founder and its artistic director. Sirish, hello there and welcome to our Vancouver.
Oh, thanks for having me, Gloria.
Well, let's talk about the theme for this year. This includes the phrase, thoughtfully curated through a South Asian lens. So what was your approach?
Well, how does one curate through a South Asian lens? Mostly by just imagining a festival through its root word, which is feast, and to invite everyone to what I describe as a long table of ideas. And, it's kind of a garrulous festival. We have music, we have the literary arts, we have performing arts, the culinary arts. We have Vikram Vij at our opening, making sure that we never forget that part of culture is food, and you just shared some beautiful food with me just now, so thanks for that. And really it is inviting people to a feast for the senses and the mind, and then to say some of it will nurture you, and you'll be familiar with it. Some of it will surprise you, and you'll try something new. Yeah.
Well, there's something interesting. You say will surprise you because it's not same old, same old. Like it's never same old, same old. You always keep reinventing, bringing in something new. So what is your how do you stay so innovative?
Thank you, first of all. But I think it's just about feeling what are people thinking about right now. It's less about this is what I have to say, and more like what's in the air. And I think the theme inner and outer climates is because right now all of us are very concerned about two things. One is the planet that we live on, and the other is the planet that is every human body, that our bodies, our minds, and through COVID and through climate change, we've seen like we're all thinking about it. So let's talk about it. Let's storytell, because essentially we are storytellers, and imagine what do we do now?
Right, so what kinds of stories will be told at this year's festival?
Well, one that I'm very proud of is an event that I'm doing, that I'm co-hosting with my friend Jared Martineau, who hosts Reclaimed on CBC.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And Jared and I have embarked on an oral storytelling gathering mission. And the first event we'll do is called Imaginarium. It's on July the 9th. The whole festival runs July 7th to the 17th. But this event is July the 9th, and we bring together some of the most critical thinkers on the topic of our inner and outer worlds. So we have Naomi Klein and Amitav Ghosh, the incredible writers who've been writing about this for a long time. And then we have, you're holding the book, in fact, Robin Maynard and Leanne Batasama Simpson, whose book Rehearsals for Living is just out and is on every bestseller nonfiction list right now in Canada, which is amazing, because they really talk about how do we imagine new futures now in a world that is clearly in crisis, but how do we dream new futures together?
Wow. That sounds like the conversation of the moment.
I hope so, and I hope on the 9th of July we'll be able to bring the people in the room together to really look at this and say, there is no future for us if we don't share a common dream. There is no future if we're not in solidarity with other people who are reimagining the ways things can be. And so I'm really excited. We have Gaur Gadina, who's the Juno Award-winning guitarist, oud player, and Mohammad Hassani on sitar. So it's music, it's ideas.
And again, that long table concept with food in the mix as well, because those tastes and sort of covering off all the senses.
It is. Yeah. We experience the world in so many senses, and I don't think we can have just purely intellectual conversations that don't actually mean something to us in our souls and our bodies.
Well, it was interesting to see this year you have an artist as healer. What can you tell us about that?
I come from a culture in which artists were always healers, in which food was always medicine. And I think it's really interesting to see now, during COVID, Gloria, like everybody went, binge watched on Netflix, or went to books, or listened to music, or sought refuge, or solace, or escapism, or whatever it was through art. And so we thought, okay, if art is healing, let's look at whether medical professionals can be brought into that. And I'm working with Dr. Arun Garg, who is the head of the BC Medical Association, to help an artist as healer. This year it's Yogacharini Maitreyi, to treat it as a culture lab. How can you cook up potions for joy? That's what we're about.
How can you cook up potions for joy? Right there, sign me up. I love that whole concept anyway. Now, this is not even weather permitting. You've got an indoor-outdoor kind of a scenario on Granville Island. Where can people go?
Well, the theme is inner and outer climates, and we have an indoor and outdoor space. Most of our festival is centered around performance works on Granville Island, but we have outdoor events on the park in Rowan Basford Park, by the amphitheater, the public market courtyard. In fact, one of the things that I really want people to know about is there's a lot of focus at this year's festival on mushrooms.
Oh.
People have been thinking about mushrooms like never before. Tarun Nayar, who used to head the band Delhi to Dublin, has been putting bioelectrodes into mushrooms, checking their bioelectricity and turning that into a synth that helps you hear what a mushroom might sing like.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's been so wet as well. It's been ideal temperatures
It's time to hear what the
mushroom.
chanterelles have to say. And not only will Tarun do that, there'll be a sitar player, Sharanjeet Singh Mand, responding to the mushroom. So it's a human mushroom duet.
I've got to hear that for myself. Well, listen, it sounds like fun. It sounds like you're going to be exploring a lot of really interesting territories. All the best, and may the sun shine on our Indian summer.
Thank you so much.